We used to jump out of airplanes and helicopters and snatch guys in the middle of the night, and we thought that was the best way to help our country. And now we believe it's through business. We didn't give up on the problem. We just changed the tool that we used.
Today on Mark Cuban Presents, we're talking with Griff and Lee from Combat Flip Flops to learn about their philosophy of business over bullets and how they learned to love data.
My name's Griff. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Combat Flip Flops.
I'm Donald Lee, Chief Marketing Officer and co-founder of Combat Flip Flops.
We're a fashion lifestyle product company that's veteran-owned and operated. We make cool stuff in dangerous places, and we use our profits to put little girls to school in Afghanistan.
While they served together in Afghanistan, Griff and Lee would often talk about starting their own business. They would go back and forth over different ideas, trying to come up with the perfect business. But it wasn't until Griff came across a factory in Afghanistan that he knew exactly what he wanted to do.
I called him from Afghanistan and I said, Lee, we're going to make flip-flops in Afghanistan. And like a good Ranger buddy and partner, he said,
yeah, we're going to do it. I didn't hesitate.
I was standing in a combat boot factory in Afghanistan. When I asked the factory manager what was going to happen when the war ends, he told me, he said, we're just going to shut it down. And so I just got absolutely mad and furious because we had created the opportunity for this beautiful factory to be there. And then we were knowingly just kind of like pull that rug out from underneath their feet when the war ended. The capacity that was established during the times of conflict has to be able to provide the prosperity in the times of peace.
Combat Flip Flops' mission may seem like the perfect fit to be a nonprofit company, but because of the limitations inherent in starting a nonprofit, Griff decided he could affect change faster by being able to use the company profits to face their goals head on.
It was a lot of the nonprofits that are doing the work over there, and nonprofits are not sustainable. So every nonprofit organization out there receives a donation that was made on the profit of a for-profit business. So a fraction of a fraction. So I outlined it here, but typically it's 1% that goes to these nonprofits. But what could we do? What kind of positive impact or change could we have on this planet if we were able to use more of our profits? You have these small companies, because they're running so lean and efficiently, they can double or triple that impact. And so that's our plan, is to be able to run a lean, fast, nimble company that generates profit that has the maximum amount of impact.
With a clear business plan, a mission, and a product to sell, Combat Flip Flops was ready to get to work. They were really only missing one small piece of the puzzle.
We didn't have tons of money to go in and run A/B tests and split tests and multivariate testing on the site and all that. So everything that we did, we had to bleed out on very, very small budgets.
So we use a shotgun approach to start first. And you go, okay, I'm going to create a series of products in this family, presenting it to the market, whittling it down to the one that generates your target revenue. Use those profits, innovate, whittle. It's just an iterative process, and we do that over and over again.
Because of the unique way they source their products and the number of different items they sell, Lee and Griff quickly found themselves swimming in a huge amount of sales numbers that they needed to get sorted out in order to keep their young company running at an efficient and profitable level.
Previously, we were making the best decisions possible off of bad information. And when Mark helped us get our books squared away, it really accelerated our company. I identified the winners. Just an absolutely pivotal thing for us is really knowing the numbers. And you got to learn to love that data. And if you love that data and you love your product, you're going to figure out the way to put them together. What levers and dials do you need to change and push until you start making the margins and revenues that you need to make as a business?
The biggest shift that we made was when we went from B2B to B2C. As soon as we made that pivot, we saw all those numbers and all those metrics just fall right in line. And that made it easier. When we're pulling levers, that made it easier to start optimizing conversion rates, abandoned cart rates, all that stuff.
If your business isn't functionally running well, the good that you want to have with it is not going to happen.
Look, if it were easy, it'd already be done. It's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be hard. There isn't a template that everybody follows for success.
That's all for this episode. Thanks for watching. And if you have any questions, let us know in the comments.